Okay, so if we look at these here then here, okay? So setup-wise, I say, is pretty good. Posture sometimes gets a little bit lazy, but not looking too bad. They were able to move, okay? This was your first swing before, so that was the back swing there. Then we're lifting, and then there's that first move now. So if you imagine there was a wall kind of behind you here, you're on the wall about here, then you come off it and never really get anywhere close to it coming down. At this point here, that shaft, like we said, is... But the best part is vertical, for case in point. All right, now then, this one here now as you go back, same good backswing. Right, look at that club now. Look at your club there. If we stop at halfway back there now, you're on plane there towards the goal. If there was a wall behind you, well, lo and behold, that club's on the wall there. So now when you came in the golf ball before, your club was very much out of the line. There's kind of the shaft line there now, coming from outside the golf ball, cutting across the ball, hitting that. With the lofted club, it just becomes a higher, weaker shot. With a less lofted club, it'd be more of a fade, okay? Whereas compared to this one here now, you'll just see your hands on the club just work down that line, you see, yeah? So your hands are working on plane back in the golf, pointing to the club now, working from the inside. Good strike of the ball hitting the screen there. Getting up to about, I think it was sort of 95, 94 yards with that swing. So the movement was good in terms of the actual circle. What we're doing is changing the angle in which you're swinging that circle on. But to do that, you've got to understand how the club on the way down is going to move. Just saying swing more around or swing flatter can work, I suppose, but it's going to change a lot more of your thinking there. So if we can get that club onto that position, like I say, use that wall as a feeling. It's just a bit of good practice. If you're going to do it at home, this is a hard wall, put a sock or a head cover on your club there, or put the club upside down, use the grip end and sort of just go down the wall and with the outside wall of the house or whatever, just to get the feeling of that club working more on that angle as opposed to...
I can see the difference.
Oh, it's massive change. I mean, that's where you were. I mean, you just look at those positions there now on the left. I mean, which one's going to hit the golf ball towards? I mean, that looks like it's all chopping into the ground, yeah? So from this position, hitting the ground isn't really going to be a good thing, yeah? No. If you hit the ground from there, it's going to be a very hard hit. You're going to lose a lot of distance.
I suppose I've practiced for years doing that one. So
yeah.
I don't generally hit the ground too often.
Because you know how to miss it, you see. Yeah. You're aware of where the ground is because you've swung that way for a long, long time. As we saw with the first few swings, when you got a little bit flatter, the ground just wasn't quite in the same spot. And that same kind of instinctive, well, I'll just rise up a smidge, which you're very much capable of doing, causes that club to miss the ground by a little bit, okay? But over time, once you keep making that swing on that angle there, now you'll kind of get used to where the ground is and you'll find the ground. Again, the key thing is now for here is you've got to move this way towards target with your body weight. But you couldn't do that before when you were coming down that steep.
Can you play that one through?
Yeah, fully through, yeah. So it's very folded there with your follow through, so the arms sort of swinging. I mean, your hand, I mean, you can't see your arm there, but you look quite kind of tucked up because you've gone from very much high to low.
But that one seemed to be more as you're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a good swing, very good swing.
And I'm more upright as well.
Yeah, you look at where I think you're moving your body there. Look at your feet position. You move through more because you're moving more that way as opposed to... chopping across.
It's the same swing with all the clubs, isn't it? Doesn't matter which
every club, every golf club is the same swing when it's a full shot. There's a few subtle adjustments, obviously, with the ball position, with the driver they've got on the tee peg, but everything else is the same. But for a full swing, it's the same kind of angle. We want to be swinging that club. We want to get that efficiency there here with that club swinging around the body more rather than coming down so steep and chopping into it. So,
okay,
okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
very good.